college basketball about Gary's start.
Cooper Flagg was getting off in your. I don't know if you saw the video I shared.
I seen that.
Cooper was out there running his ass off, dunking on fools.
This boy is getting ready to be the future. And I'm not, I like I said, I grew up a Tar Heel fan, but Cooper Flagg he's getting ready to be a problem.
Oh, super.
He's getting ready to be a super problem. Can shoot, runs the court like a gazelle. Like this boy,
on that ass.
You know what he kind of reminds me of? Remember when Porzingis came in the league and he was just so rare? Like you had really never seen anybody like Porzingis before.
Oh, I've seen plenty of that are injured and not be.
But
with their
but
team.
I think he is Porzingis times 2. Like that's just how good I think Cooper Flagg's going to be.
I would have to wait till I see him in the NBA, but yeah, the good part is I think I'll see him in the NBA.
I'll go as far as to say this: he's going to be the National Player of the Year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. He has an opportunity.
He's going to be the National Player of the Year as a freshman. I see him winning National Player of the Year.
I don't know about as a freshman.
No. He's going to win it this year. I think that he's going to have that great of a freshman season.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to wait and see.
Okay. And I got to check to see who the Tar Heels are bringing.
Look, that lets you know how far them Tar Heels fell down because
they fell super far.
You know, they not. I was telling these Tar Heel fans.
I'm not going to say they fell down.
Well, no, they're not blue chip.
Cooper Flagg is just that much more
but
high
do you
than
still,
any other recruit
But do you still
get.
think UNC is as a you still look at them as a blue chip?
Yes. Yeah.
A blue blood.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Duke and UNC will always be blue bloods, my boy.
You said, listen, you just sat right here and said a mouthful without us even getting it. You said, I got to go see who the Tar Heels brung in. Blue chip, but we're talking about Duke, and we talking about their blue chip.
Trust me, they ain't bringing no just like, their recruiting class going to be top 10.
What? All right, wait, what you been smoking? When the last time?
When recruiting class going to be top,
bruh,
at least top 25.
No. Tar Heels hasn't even been relevant since who? You can't even name a blue chip now. It is the old UNC teams when Jameson and all, you knew who they were before they stepped on the damn court. But you don't even know. Did this man just not say? Hold on. Did this man just not say he a Tar Heel fan? Right?
Yes, he did.
And he did. Did he not just name not a Tar Heel fan, but a Duke blue chip?
He's the biggest name coming out of high school.
But you can't even name me nobody that's coming out of high school that's playing with Tar Heel.
Name nobody coming out of high school but Cooper Flagg.
So now let's go back to what I just asked. You consider them as a blue chip when you can't even. All right.
I do. It's just Cooper Flagg is the biggest name coming out of high school.
You still gonna know. You still even though Cooper Flagg is a big dog because he played on the U.S. Olympics, he had scrimmage against U.S. Olympics and everything. Blah blah blah. You still as a Tar Heel fan, you
name me another high school baller anywhere.
What?
Name me one.
I don't because you know why? My team is not my. I'm being honest.
Okay, then.
My team is not as my team don't get blue chips.
Cooper Flagg is the number
We get 3 and 4 star players. I just asked you a simple question. Do you still believe Carolina's a blue chip, a blue blood, a blue blood college? You said yes, but you can't name me no blue chip player that's coming to play at the Tar Heels. How about last year?
Is North Carolina a blue blood college? Yeah. Okay, what are you talking about? Because
then why can't you name somebody?
You couldn't name nobody. I named you Cooper Flagg. That's he's the biggest name in college basketball.
But
by far, there's no other
Tar Heel fan
out of all the colleges.
So that's not a problem.
He is the biggest name in college.
You know about ACC basketball, and anybody that's claiming that they are a Tar Heel fan, they know about their team. They know about who's coming to play. How about who was on the team last year?
Thank you. Baycott.
Baycott not even playing this year.
He was on the team last year.
Okay,
right?
but who's on
last year?
Okay, let me rephrase it. Let me change up the question.
Okay,
who was an impact player last year that's going to be on the team? Baycott is not playing this year. Thank you. So as a
that white boy.
What white boy? There's plenty of white boys.
What's that white boy that hit all them threes?
Yeah, I know you talking about, but I'm not gonna let you out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna save you. I ain't gonna save you.
I know he gonna be bad. But Cooper Flagg is the biggest.
So anybody who sees this clip, that's a damn Tar Heel fan, please say something on this.
Name another name in college basketball. Anybody. Name anybody in college basketball. Name another name.
I'm on the girls now, so I can name you plenty of girls.
But you can't name me anybody else in college, which proves my point.
Because I simply said my team. But
it proves my point.
I specifically said my school that I go for, right? They're not getting blue chips. We getting 3 and 4 star players, so that's a different mode.
Getting blue chips.
State is not
women's college basketball.
No, I said men's. We're talking about men's, sir. Men's basketball. State is not getting no 5-star blue chip. State get 3 and 4s. That's what they get. So you're not going and transfer.
Name me one player off of the state team.
Say what?
Couldn't.
That's why Cooper Flagg, like I say, you can say whatever you want. He's the biggest name in college basketball. But if you're going
to claim Tar Heels is still considered a blue blood.
They are.
Then you know some people that's up there. You got some top 100 player on your squad. That's what considered a blue blood. Blue blood is like not Kentucky, because Kentucky now that what's the name went from Kentucky to Arkansas. Arkansas gonna have all them blue bloods. They gonna be like the old Razorbacks. They got Calipari down there. He left Kentucky. He down there. You taking all the resources from Kentucky, going down into Arkansas. Now you're gonna be hearing about Arkansas. They're gonna be the fact of the matter is blue blood. With the NILs, the transfer portal that's going on right now, the fact of the matter is you can name somebody. Somebody's on the top 100. A Tar Heel fan can do that. The fact of the matter is y'all not considered blue blood. Y'all not
still gonna be there.
Who?
RJ Davis.
Yeah, exactly. But you didn't remember.
Okay, but now I'm looking at
and he was y'all best player last year too. He was your best player too.
Yeah, but Baycott was right up there with him. He was one of the top 2. So, but Cooper Flagg is the name.
Yeah, he is. But
there's no school in college with a bigger name than Cooper Flagg. That's
the question that we're not saying who had a bigger name. The question was, do you consider Carolina
a blue blood? And still always be a blue blood.
If they have how do you get blue blood status? How do you get blue blood status?
Chips.
Outside of chips. That's not really how you get blue blood status. Blue blood status, you get blue blood status on 5-star recruits that comes into your program. That's how you get blue blood status. That's how Carolina. Listen, bro.
No, time out.
Yeah.
Memphis get 5 stars, and they're not a blue blood.
They're not. I didn't say that. Blue blood is. We had said chips as well as 5-star.
You can't get chips without 5 stars. You can't name.
You can get chips without 5 stars.
5-star recruits.
You can get chips without 5 stars.
Name a college without a 5-star recruit. Like, okay, so I'm thinking about Syracuse as a blue blood. Who's won national championships in the past couple of years that hasn't had 5-star recruits?
And they're not blue bloods though, because everybody is spread out though.
Connecticut's one. I know they've got.
Oh, they're blue bloods. They're blue.
They're blue bloods.
They back to back.
5 stars.
They back to back.
But they have 5-star recruits.
Yeah, they got a top class coming in again. That's why he ain't come to the Lakers. He said, "Man, I got me a foundation here in Connecticut. Why I'ma leave? Why I'ma leave when I got boys coming in?" Carolina is not. They not even ranked. How you gonna be a blue blood? College team, you're not even ranked. That don't make any sense.
that's just like how the Cowboys are always hyped up, but they're not that good sometimes.
They always good. They always good. I mean, except for this year. We had 3 12-5 season, dog.
But before those 12-5 season,
as of right now, we're still defending NFC East champs. As of right now, we still are the NFC East champs. So put some respect on our name. Put some respect on our name, sir. Put some respect on our name, sir. Bruh, you're talking about 10 years ago. I said within the last. I just said the last 3 years. The last 3 years, sir. 12-5, and we have out of those 12-5, we got 2 divisional chips out of that. We are currently the NFC divisional champ right now. So again, sir,
but no
we
Super
are
Bowl
as
nothing.
advertised.
No Super Bowl nothing.
You're right.
No Super Bowl. No, I'm sorry. No.
See how we getting off? See how we getting off subject? I just clearly asked the man, is Carolina considered a blue blood college? He said yes.
You go with this Cowboys like
you switch to the Cowboys. You see how he got the Cowboys on his mind?
Yep.
He got the Cowboys on his mind. We on a bye week, sir. We on a bye week, sir.
But like
we on a bye week. We're talking about college basketball.
Overhyped. Just like anybody
They're
else.
not even ranked, bro. Carolina even? How the consider a blue blood and not ranked? That don't even make any sense. Anybody that's a Carolina fan that see this, please answer this, because this Carolina fan is really making y'all look bad.
When was
right
the last
now.
time Carolina won a chip?
2000.
It's fairly recent.
20. It's recent. About 2 or 3 years ago.
So
about 3 or 4 years.
Blue blood. You're tripping.
No, I'm not, because a blue blood is constantly in the top 25 rankings.
Like you say, if me and Dub agree that they're blue bloods, then you're in the minority.
What that mean? I don't care if you're in the minority. You can't even name me a blue blood chip on your team. But you saying you're a blue blood damn
RJ
college.
Davis there. But there's still North Carolina. The name itself will always be a blue blood school in basketball.
That school is overrated. Yes.
Regardless of what you say, there's
school
still
is
a
overrated.
blue blood college basketball school.
Okay.
Just like Duke.
Is they going to win?
Just like
is they going to win? Is they going to win the ACC? Is they going to win the ACC?
So you're telling me?
Is they going to win the ACC this year? Yes or no?
UCLA is in a blue blood school.
Is they going to win the ACC?
Hasn't been hitting on shit.
No, they're not. They're not.
Are they a
they're
blue
not.
blood school?
They're not. No, they're not.
Is blue blood? Is UCLA a blue blood school?
They're not a blue blood school.
Yeah, I think they are.
That's because
What
name
are you talking
recognition.
about?
Yeah.
He's
what
talking
makes you
about.
blue blood.
No, the f it don't. It don't make you a blue blood because of name recognition. See, UCLA hasn't been relevant in God since the old Bannon brothers.
But
that's still in the late 90s.
But they're still a blue blood school.
No, they're not, dog. Nobody in their right mind would call UCLA a blue blood school right
Is
now.
Syracuse a blue blood school?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Is Indiana?
No, they're not. Connecticut, Kentucky. Now Arkansas gonna be, because like I said, with the NILs and with the NIL going on and with the resources.
You're telling me the school I just named Georgetown.
No, they're not. They're not blue blood. When the last time Georgetown been relevant? They've been losing. If you've been paying attention to the college landscape, they've been losing mad games since Thompson left.
So you're saying, by your, like I said then, by your standards, what makes you a blue blood?
I just said you can mix in championships. You can mix in blue 5-star recruits, and on top of that, relevancy. What they've been doing in the last, we can say 3 years, 5 years. Carolina made it, but it wasn't because of a blue star status. A lot of those.
You're telling me over.
Connecticut is considered a blue star.
They've always been a blue blood school.
They're
always going to be, but they're fresh
fit
off of 2 chips too.
Exactly. Then you got schools like who else? I just said Kentucky. Kentucky, they pumping them in the NBA like that. Now Arkansas about to change the landscape because Calipari's down there in Arkansas now. And you're going to be start talking about Arkansas. The point is about who the players that you can come in, the relevancy, outside putting them in the NBA and winning chips, which you know in the NCAA men's that can be very hard to do.
You telling me that UCLA, Duke, North Carolina,
UCLA, Syracuse, and Georgetown is
these are not blue blood
no,
schools.
they're not. If you saying blue blood, if you're going to say blue blood based off their name recognition, okay, you might have a point there. If you talking about relevancy, you talking about blue chip players going there to play, you talking about them going deep in the NCAA tournament. No.
Blue blood schools then. Name me a couple.
I just did. I said Connecticut. I just said Arkansas going to be now. I just said
they're not.
Yes, they are.
How?
All the players
They're
that was
not a blue blood school.
I just gave you the criteria what consider blue blood. Blue blood, 5-star recruits.
What 5-star recruits come out of Arkansas?
Everybody that was playing I just said Calipari went from Kentucky. He went to damn he got
You're reading the future.
No, I'm reading now. He got a lot of his players, 3 of his star players done went with him to Arkansas.
But
you need to look up. You need to read
now,
up, sir.
Before now, you're saying Calipari's going there now. But before
he's there now.
Arkansas was a blue blood school.
No, they wasn't. But they going to be now because of the NIL deals, the 5-star recruits they going to be in. They're going to be relevant. Now, what pushed them over the top is how many chips can you win? And so far, Connecticut has bucked that because they are the defending 2-time NCAA champ.
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's nothing to understand. It's simple.
Cal will not go to Arkansas and be better than Nolan Richardson. Regardless of what you tell me, he's not going to go down there and do what Nolan did with the 40 minutes of hell.
Okay. I didn't say that.
Arkansas was already a blue blood school before Cal got there.
And they was not relevant. They wasn't relevant. They going to be now. They're going to be now. I'm telling you. This whole NIL and transfer portal has made the basketball scene and men's a lot more competitive. That's why you see a lot of upsets in the NCAA tournament because we all know when it comes to the tournament, it's come down to guard play. What the guard play gonna do? How the guard play is gonna push them through? And we've seen over the last 3 years what these upsets has come about, and especially the last 2. And once again,
only one school to me is elevated into the criteria of schools that I was talking about in the past 20 years. It's Gonzaga. That's it. That's the only school.
But they haven't won. Okay, they in a weak ass conference and they haven't won. That's why they get bounced out. The furthest they got into the NCAA tournament was like the Great Eight.
Remember you said
they relevancy.
Is Gonzaga not relevant in college basketball?
Yeah, but they ain't got no blue chips that's bouncing over there like that.
What? Gonzaga?
No.
Even though I hate to say it, but Adam Morrison and them, you're saying that they weren't.
They had. Now, listen to what I'm saying, sir. What I'm saying is they're not. They had a few. They had a few, but if you look up their whole squad.
That boy Jalen Suggs play there?
Yes, he did.
Jalen
Suggs was not a blue chip when he was
Jalen Suggs isn't a blue chip.
He wasn't when he came out of high school. He was not a blue chip.
Buddha asked, just because you're loud doesn't make it accurate. It's Kentucky.
Of course, Kentucky's blue blood. He know this. Like, I wish Buddha was here because Buddha.
I said blue. I said, man, y'all want to sit here and scoot over. I just said relevancy. 5-star
been relevant for 20 years.
They don't. When they talk about Gonzaga, they ain't talk about no 5-star recruits jumping over there. They have 1 or 2 that goes there. But when we talk about Kentucky,
go to
who? Well, who?
Where Chet went to school at?
Who? Chet? He went to Gonzaga.
Wait, boy, what are you telling me?
And he was the main focus. And he was. Look, are we hard of hearing over there? I said they have 1 or 2 that goes there, but when you put it up the likes of Kentucky, they got 5 to 10 blue chips on the damn squad. That's a different story. That is different. No other school's doing that. And now that Calipari has left Kentucky, he gonna be doing the same thing in Arkansas, which that's facts. Just watch what I say. When we talk about this another month or 2, when we see Arkansas possibly in the top 15, top 10, if they ain't already, You feel what I'm saying? Watch where they be making noise in the SEC still. Carolina's not considered a blue chip.
Okay.
They always going to be relevant because they're Carolina.
Yeah. So